So this is using virtual reality and gamification, as well as the analysis of psychological learning behaviours to make workplace training enjoyable, fun, and a better learning experience overall. So using game design concepts as well, we take it in, we using the novelty of virtual reality, something that people are going to be interested in and going to enjoy more anyway, taking that in and using that as a benefit to the learning process.
So what software have you used to develop this then?
So this is made in Unity 3D, 2017 edition. It's a really good open source engine that allows development for VR really quite easily. There's a lot of support for it.
Yep.
So
what coding have you had to do within that environment then?
So it's all in C#, and I've made all the interactions with everything you see. Yep. So all the tutorial system and the burger building system and the burger cooking system is all done by me, all the interaction. So I used a Steam supplies a camera rig for the headset. So that is already put in for you, but everything to do with that you've got to make yourself. So the way that people pick things up, the way that the physics work after you throw it, that's all done by me. Things like that. And the system that checks all the burgers and builds them all, that's all done by me.
Shifts when you press then you've got the space, and then double tap space. You'll feel like a jet.
It's an application that uses augmented reality to provide you with information about local venues such as like cafes, restaurants, or whatever. It's a location-based application, so it uses your GPS to figure out where you are and in which direction you are travelling. And of course, it compares that to the data on the nearby venues, yeah. just to show you where they are.
What was your IDE?
The IDE.
Yeah.
I've the past couple of years I've been getting into some of the JetBrains IDEs. So I've built the entirety of this one in using WebStorm. It's been quite helpful. It sort of feels a bit more like a Visual Studio, but it's
more
quite
specific by the sounds of the name, more
yeah,
specifically aimed
yeah,
at web as
yeah,
opposed to desktop then.
Aimed at web, yeah.
And what's on the phone itself then? Is it a particular app that you've written that you've downloaded your app onto the phone?
Oh no, it's
or is it just a website?
It's actually a web app. So it's a website, but what's known as a progressive web app. So it behaves just like an app.
Yeah.
If you had to use it, you wouldn't really know the difference.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know whether you were on a website or on a native application. I've got mine just down there, so you wouldn't even know the difference when you load it up. Loads up just like a native app. And of course, I've set this one up to sign in with your social media account.
That actually works then?
Yeah. Sign me up using my Facebook account, and then there we are. We're in. And it's working. It's working first time.
And I can see it
hasn't been doing that all day. There we go. Yeah, that's
yeah.
Well, how it should work. Doesn't work brilliantly indoors with the GPS lines, but
so it is very reliant on GPS then.
Yeah, and of course the other buildings are interfering with the signal a fair amount, but I sort of see that working.
That is fascinating.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Motorbike.
That's pretty cool.
I was quite lucky actually. I applied one week on Friday, sent it all on.
Oh yes.
The main objective of the game is to just survive as long as you can, as many rounds as possible.
So what have you learned about working as part of a team, for example?
Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. Make sure you communicate. It's so important. If you don't know what everyone else is doing, you could be stepping on someone's toes and you wouldn't know. The amount of times I've found people will be working on the same thing that you're working on because they didn't know you're working on it. Just silly
communication.
things. Yeah, it's so key. Not only that, if you're working on two different systems that need to work together, make sure you communicate. Make sure you know how you want those systems to work together. We even had it in this project where maybe something wasn't quite explained properly. So a piece of functionality I wanted wasn't implemented because I didn't maybe describe it properly to the guy, the other team member. Thankfully it was fixed in the end, as you can see, but it's communication, definitely. It's so key. I mean, it's all well and good being the best programmer in the world, but if you can't communicate with your team members, you might as well not be there.